So you're going to build a house. And basically, when you are building a house, you are going to fall into two different approaches of achieving that. One is design build, where the design and your builder are all vertically integrated, or design bid build. And that's where you have the architect or the draftsman, possibly interior designer, yay, and your builder. And they're your design team, and then you design it, and then you price it out, cost it out, and then you build it. So two different ways. So I thought maybe the best way to explain this further is to go on a road trip. You ready? Let's go. Okay, design build. So you could have a design build experience that you don't have a whole lot of options. This is very common for entry level, maybe first time build for somebody. It's often in a development. You have a choice of maybe 1 to 3 different plans. You're not going to have a lot of selections. A lot of times the people are, the builder will have either an in-house sort of design studio, and I am obviously in the back seat. And there's a reason why I'm back seat, is because many times when you're doing a design build, especially when it's a pretty production build, you don't have a lot of options. And so you might have an option of 3 to 4 different cabinet styles or colors or finishes or tiles. You might have some options to upgrade a little bit, but you don't. And so this is great for first of all, you can find out what the cost of your home is pretty early, a really pretty close cost to your home. Also, this is great for people who are, you're looking for a good, nice home. You're not looking for the end-all design. This is good for people who have never done anything like this, are not familiar with interior design or construction or everything. You need somebody to really hold your hand and to go through it, and not to have, really, quite honestly, too many decisions, because, quite frankly, you're in the back seat of the car and you're pretty much going along for the ride. Yes, you might have to go, yeah, I would like that tile, or, oh, paint colors. You have some decisions, but for the most part, somebody else is in the driver's seat and they are going to take you on their process, and that will make your life pretty easy. But again, this is where you don't have a whole lot of selection opportunities, and you do not have a lot of deviations available often on the plans. Now, that's not true for every design build, and the range from design build from this end to a more customizable end is huge. The range is huge depending on the builder's business model. So let's get out of the back seat and move forward, okay? So here I am in the front passenger seat to represent, this is a design build situation still, but it is a design build company that offers quite a bit of customization. And again, huge range from still, they're all going to want to keep you in their preferred vendors and into their process. That is a good thing, and that can be a bad thing. If it's a good thing when you're busy and you don't know what all about the ins and outs of a construction company, what the process is, that you can rely on them. But their cabinet company, their countertop fabricator, their electrical, the plumbing, all of that is usually their preferred vendors. They may allow you to bring in a resource or two outside of that. It depends. But you have to, you are not totally in charge, but you're in the front seat. And so they will probably often they will change the floor plan for you specifically for you. And they will make, changes for, lighting or whatever. They will try to make you happy to the best of their process will allow. Now, one of the things that you keep in mind is a lot of times when you're building with this type of builder, not all the time, but they have the lot, or it's a development, and that's often how people end up with a certain design builder because they have the piece of property. It's where you want to live, and so and then if it's a development, just keep in mind that the architecture, the exterior material selection, it's going to be tight. They're not going to let you have a lot of wiggle room on that because they're trying to keep that development cohesive. So maybe that could be a disadvantage unless you really think it's a beautiful development. Hopefully you do. But So also you have to watch out. So this is an area that you also can get the cost of your home fairly quickly, but they're going to do it with what's called allowances. They're going to put placeholder numbers in for everything. And this can really trip people up once they sign the contract, they're getting involved. If there's any area that there is more people being disgruntled or dismayed or disappointed, it's when they sign on the contract, they're with this builder, and they find out that the allowance is only going to give them, that they're going to go above. That nothing that they thought that number represented was something that they would want. They want something nicer, something better. And I've gone through this so dozens of times where it gets a little dicey with the relationship between the homeowner and the builder, because the homeowners didn't understand what those allowances representative. And some builders are pretty good about trying to do something. I mean, they don't want to scare you off of the cost of your home because they don't know what you're going to pick, but I've seen some really atrocious allowances. And that is a fair warning there for if you're going down this route, is the allowances. You need to understand what those allowances represent. But you're basically still in the not in the driver's seat, but you're in the front row, the front passenger seat. And you know what? You can say, you know what, I want to look at that idea, or you know what, do you think that vendor could do this, or you know what, but you're in the front seat, but you know you have to stay within certain boundaries. Okay, so that is design build. It can be great if you don't have a lot of time. It's great if you don't really have a huge understanding of the construction process and what the possibilities are. It is great when you want anything from nice to upscale. It won't be luxury. I'm sorry. Well, might take that back. There may be some developments and some builders out there that are doing luxury design build. But in general, it's really nice. But if you want something really special, really artistic, you know, I think we need to pull over, and I need to get out of the car and change my seat. Okay. All right. New day, but just to finish up, now we're talking about design, bid, build. This is when you design your home and then you have it cost out before you build it. And so let's go. So this is where you need to hire an architect, or at least a draftsman. And the big first obstacle that you will face is finding the lot, because I think I might have mentioned it, a lot of times the developers and the builders know each other, and a lot of times you don't even know something is available, and all of a sudden this development is going on or a house is being built. So sometimes that can be tricky, especially in the more populated areas. But let's say you have a lot, yay, and you want what you want to design specifically for you. You have pretty high expectations of quality and design, and so you start working with an architect. Now, you may not think to start also at the same time working with an interior designer. And for sure, thousands of homes have been built with people building totally custom homes without an interior designer, just working with the architect. But somebody is doing the work. So all those interior things is not just finish selections, but making lighting decisions, all kinds of working with the architect on the space planning and that sort of thing is still somebody's doing it. And in that case, it's a lot of times it's the homeowner, but it's also heavily on the shoulders of your builder. So there's this one builder, he builds high-end homes out in Arizona, named Brad Levitt. I follow his podcast, and I remember when I first started listening to him a couple years ago, he's told this story a number of times, is that years ago he was going to build a house for a client and recommended an interior designer, and the homeowner said to him, I'm not going to work with an interior designer, I'll just work with you. And so then Brad told him, like, well, it's going to be like $75,000 more. And the guy was like surprised. And it's because he said, that's how much time I'm going to lose, or money I'm going to lose, because decisions aren't made, and how much I'm going to have to hold your hand. And why do you want me to make these selections with you? I'm a builder. Why wouldn't you want to spend the money on a designer? And so he won't build for anybody who doesn't have a professional interior designer, because what he wants to do his job is he wants what's called a design book with all the drawings, all the millwork drawings, all the cabinets, the bathrooms, the kitchens, layouts, all the selections for the lighting, the plumbing, and everything, along with the construction drawings of the architect, to do his job and to be able to cost that job and to do that job. And so that is a collaborative exercise with architect and interior designer. And of course, when I heard him say that, yeah, he was my hero. But aside from that, is one of the pros is that when you get the price of your home, it's the price of your home. I mean, there's going to be a few things that changes in the field, or some upcharge, or something has to be reselected, or whatever. But you're not going to face that problem of you're already in the thick of things, and the allowances are not coming close, or they're not meeting what you thought your investment was going. And now you're in conflict with how much was in the cost of the house versus what you really want in your house. But there is also a con, is that it takes a while for a design bid build to actually come up with the actual cost of the house. So usually somewhere around, when the architect and interior designer has roughly about 40% of the work done, you could do some preliminary pricing of where this house is going. And in there, you probably would need to put some allowances in there, but you're far enough along in the design process that you kind of know the level of the types of product and the design detailing that you would want in the house. So and then you just keep going forward. But finally, by the time the design process is done, at least like 90%, is that you really know how much that house is going to cost. And usually you know, even if a lot of times people know what builder they want to work with before that whole thing even starts. But for sure, right around the preliminary pricing is where you really need to start making a commitment to the builder, because quite frankly, those designed to do a price on the house with this method, with a design book, with the architect's finished construction drawings, it's a lot of work. It takes them some time to go through this. They just can't put allowances. They have to go to all their vendors and cabinet makers and things and get some pricing on it. So, but what that does is, it literally is, now this is what we're talking about, this is why we're on the road, is it puts the homeowner in the driver's seat. And that means you're controlling what the design is, the selections, your pricing is done based on those things, and you're working with your design team to get the home that you want. And of course, as a designer, that's my favorite thing, because it just allows for so much special detailing. You're not committed to just one vendor for the cabinets. You're just like, you can do fully custom cabinets, or you can do some great millwork. You can get stone from wherever. Like, you just have the capability of using so many more resources and so much more detailing than you would in some more a design build. So those are the three. You're in the back seat, you're in the front passenger seat, or you're in the driver's seat. Which way are you going to build your house? See you next time.